This is part 6 of the lecture on individualized education programs. My name is Dr. George Giuliani of Hofstra University, and this will wrap up our lecture. This will be a brief lecture or brief part 6 is the last lecture 2 here. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about early intervention and what we call IFSPs. And part C of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act provides financial assistance to states for the purpose of providing services to infants and toddlers age birth through 2 with disabilities. So again, go back to the first lecture that you had with me on early intervention, part C of IDEA. The part C focuses on birth through age 2. And the purpose of these services is to enhance the development of infants and toddlers with disabilities and to minimize their potential for developmental delay. Now, infants and toddlers don't get IEPs. Instead, what we use or what we put together for infants and toddlers is what is known as an IFSP, which stands for an Individualized Family Service Plan. And an Individualized Family Service Plan documents and guides the early intervention process for children with disabilities and their families. The IFSP is a document intended to assist families and professionals in their combined efforts to meet the developmental needs of a young child from birth up to the age of 3 with special needs. The IFSP identifies and describes the needs of the infant and toddler, the services that are going to be provided, and who will provide the services. So very similar to the IEP for the child 3 to 21, the IFSP is the same type of document, but it will assist the families and the professionals in a combined effort to meet the needs of the young child birth up through the age of 2 or birth up to 3. And periodic IFSP reviews for a child and his or her family must be conducted every 6 months, or more frequently if conditions warrant, or if the family requests a review. So as we talked about with IEPs, there's an annual review for children 3 to 21 years of age. There's an annual review there. But when we're talking about early intervention, when we talk about months, we have to have periodic IFSP reviews for a child and his or her family every 6 months, or even more frequently if the conditions warrant it, or if the family requests a review. Again, I'm not going to get too detailed on early intervention and IFSPs. You can read about that in other materials in your text, as well as going back to our original lecture. But I have put on the last slide a website where you can read more about early intervention programs in New York, a parent's guide. But I wanted to just be clear that we have IEPs for children 3 and older to address the needs of the child, while with children in early intervention, birth up through the age of 2 years of age, we have IFSPs, and that's the document that guides their stages and the needs of that particular child. This now ends the entire lecture on individualized education programs. You can now stop the lecture, and you have now completed it.